What sorts of tips do you have for small business owners or would be to navigate, inflation and higher wages, higher borrowing costs, whatever
Mhm.
that's going on in this environment right now?
Well, every small business is struggling with the same main challenges. Labor cost, of course, number one, the cost of goods rising, and as a result, their profits shrinking. And lastly, more recently, the cost of borrowing. I could explain it a little bit better, maybe. With wages, they're way up simply because it's difficult to hire people. There's not enough people to go around. Trade and supply chain disruptions have made most small businesses order more bulk of goods because they're afraid of not getting them on time. And what that has led to is a real need to borrow money, and the cost of interest rates are rising. So if you really think about it, that's the perfect three-way storm, right? To be a
Mm.
huge challenge. But I think anybody who's in business has to keep a tight handle on their expenses. Lots of my entrepreneurs don't know what the cost of making that cake was. And they're sending it out and finding 3 months later, actually the eggs, the milk, and everything went up, that they're making no profits, even though the sales are going up. I think everyone has to look at their business and actually ask themselves, what's unnecessary here? What kind of piece of the service is unnecessary? What do customers really not care so much about? And they need to be able to automate what they can to eliminate personnel. And there's lots of little ways you could do that. So I think someone trying to keep their business intact and moving themselves ahead can't get caught up in the fact that their sales are increasing. They have to look below that line and ask
Mm.
themselves, how could I make the bottom line, the profit line, stay whole?